Hello children, welcome to the class. Today let us discuss the fourth unit of political science section, global problems and India's role. Today let us discuss about the denial of human rights, means the refusal of human rights and arms race and economic inequality. These are the important global problems and what is the role of India in solving all these problems. Children, what are human rights? Human rights are the basic rights and freedom that belong to every person in the world from birth until death. What is the importance of human rights? Human rights are very essential for every human being to lead a life of dignity. To lead a life of dignity, human rights are very essential and they are necessary for the holistic development of human beings. All-round development of human beings is possible when he is given rights, and they are essential for peaceful living and coexistence. And human rights ensure the development of better society. So, human rights are very essential for the development of individual as well as the society. Human rights are very essential, but nowadays there is the denial of human rights. Human is always recommended for the human rights, but in the name of caste, religion, race, gender, color of the skin and nationalism, human rights have been denied to many people throughout the history. Throughout the history, we can see there are so many struggles for strengthening human rights, to provide the human rights to the all, but the human rights are denied. But the American War of Independence in 1776, the French Revolution in 1789 and the Russian Revolution in 1917 and the freedom struggles of India and other countries in the early part of 20th century are considered as the landmarks to strengthen human rights. When we celebrate World Human Rights Day, you celebrate in your school every year. When we celebrate World Human Rights Day, it is December 10. Every year on December 10th, we celebrate World Human Rights Day. Why? Why we are celebrating Human Rights Day on December 10? Because the Human Rights Declaration prepared by the experts agreed upon by member countries was adopted in the UN General Body meeting on December 10, 1948. So, on that day, we celebrate Human Rights Day. Children, the General Assembly has mandated the member countries to adopt and protect human rights in every country. In order to facilitate better implementation of human rights, the UNO has provided guidelines along with the Human Rights Declaration. Let us discuss about the guidelines of human rights. Every individual has the right to live with freedom, dignity and equality once he is born as an individual. And he has the right to freedom from discrimination. There should not be any discrimination in the name of caste, creed, color, etc. And there should be personal security. He has the right to personal security. And he has the right to freedom from slavery. There should not be slavery. He should not exploited by others. And the eradication of gender-based exploitation of women. In the society, we can see there is the gender discrimination. These are the few human rights we discussed. Like this, 30 human rights are given in the guidelines of UNO. Children, let us discuss about the role of India in the protection of human rights. See, India has been advocating Universal Declaration of Human Rights from the beginning. And the Declaration of Human Rights by the UNO is discussed in the preamble and the fundamental rights part of the Constitution. See, in the preamble of Indian Constitution, equality, fraternity and freedom are discussed. And in the Constitution of India, from Article 12 to 35 of Part 3, fundamental rights are discussed. You know that we have given 6 fundamental rights to uphold the human rights to every individual. And India has been advocating for better human rights implementation in all the meetings of UNO. As the member of UNO, India has been advocating for better human rights implementation in all the meetings. Children, UNO in its conference on human rights violation in 1966 asked for the commitment on the part of member countries for the compulsory implementation of human rights. Means every country should implement the human rights. In order to monitor the human rights implementation process, it formed International Human Rights Commission. UNO has formed International Human Rights Commission for the protection of human rights in the world. Like that, in India also, many national commissions are formed for the protection of human rights. For example, National Commission for Human Rights, National Women Commission to protect the rights of the women, and National Commission for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Backward Classes Commission and National Commission for Minorities. See, these are all the national commissions to protect the human rights. Like the national commissions, in the states also different commissions are formed for the protection of human rights. For example, State Commission for Human Rights, State Women's Commission, State Commission for Scheduled Caste, State Commission for Scheduled Tribes, State Backward Classes Commission, and State Commission for Minorities. These are the state commissions to protect human rights in the states of India. Let us discuss about arms race. What is arms race? Race means competition. See, it is a competition between two or more states, means two or more countries to have superior armed forces. See, a competition concerning production of weapons, the growth of a military and the aim of superior technology. So, this is called arms race. Children, there is a popular saying. See, in nuclear epoch, either we have to end the war or the war will end us. Children, what is disarmament? Disarmament is the only direct process available to bring down the number of arms or elimination of certain arms. Children, disarmament is the present as well as future need of the humanity. This is the present need, because we have known that the nuclear arms will damage heavily. If we do not end the war will end us. So, disarmament is the present as well as the future need of humanity. Why? Because disarmament is the only solution to stop mad rush of arms. When we reduce the quantity of arms, then only we can stop mad rush of arms. And arms race appears to be dangerous phenomenon in the current scenario. It is very dangerous. And insecurity, fear, instability and threat of war appear due to the arms competition. If there is the competition to increase the arms, there is insecurity, fear, instability and threat of war. Everyone at present day is in the threat of Third World War. And arms and ammunitions are economically wasteful. The preparation and stock of different arms, especially the nuclear weapons and ammunitions, they are economically waste. The former president of USA, Eisenhower, made a statement. What did he say? The world which has arms not only wastes the money, it also wastes the sweat of laborers, intelligence of scientists and waste the dreams of the children. Observe carefully this statement. The world which has dangerous nuclear arms not only wastes the money, the preparation leads to the waste of money. Not only wasting money, it also wastes the sweat of laborers. So many laborers have to work to prepare nuclear weapons, and so many scientists put their efforts to prepare the nuclear weapons, and this leads to the waste of dreams of the children. Children, let us discuss about the role of India in disarmament. India, as a peaceful country, advocates disarmament. As the member of UNO, India always with the UNO in the process of disarmament. See, India is always committed to non-proliferation in all the aspects. See, what is proliferation? Proliferation means the multiplying anything. Here, the multiplication of the nuclear weapons. India always committed to non-multiplication or non-proliferation in all the aspects. See, India remains committed to the goal of a nuclear weapon-free world and complete elimination of nuclear weapons. And India always recommended for the utilization of nuclear power for peace and progress, not for the arms. We have to use the nuclear power not for preparing nuclear weapons, but we can use it for the generation of electricity and the progress of the country. After 1963, USA and the USSR have entered into many bilateral agreements to stop the arms race. For example, Partial Test Ban Treaty, Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, Strategic Arms Limitations Talks and Non-Proliferation Treaty. These four are the important bilateral agreements signed between USA and USSR. Children, India and other countries need to find a way out of definitive destruction staring at the humanity. Children, you know that what is economic inequality? There is no equality in the economic condition between different countries. There is a lot of difference in the economic condition of different countries. Some countries are poor, some countries are advanced. Why? See, the economic inequality is the result of colonialism and imperialism. You know that what is colonialism? See, it is the historical gift of colonialism and imperialism. And the European countries established colonies in Africa, Asia and Latin American countries. And all these countries suffered from backwardness because of the colonialism and the imperialism. Children, let us discuss about the features of economically backward countries. See, their progress was really slow till 20th century. Till 20th century, their progress was slow. And after attaining independence, many Asian and African countries attempted to achieve development. Many progressive economic programs are implemented. They have planned to achieve the development, but they had a lot of hurdles to cross in the science, technology, agriculture, transportation, education, health and many other areas to achieve development. Hence, they had to depend upon foreign aid to achieve development. Backward countries had to depend upon the foreign countries for their development activities. They need finance and other supports from the advanced countries. After 1945, USA and USSR started helping developing countries based on the blocks they belonged to. But the poverty of the developing countries became the tools of power politics of the developing countries. They started to exploit them. They used their poverty as the tools of power politics. Let us know about the role of India in solving the problem of economic inequality. We know that India is a developing country and India continued with its non-aligned policy. India insisted that the developed countries should provide assistance to developing countries without any conditions. This helped the poor nations to protect their self-respect. And India always tried to channel monetary help to the third world countries. You know what is third world countries? The word third world denotes poverty and non-development. The countries which are in the condition of poverty and which are not in the developed condition, those countries are at present called as third world. Do you know this? The third world countries included nations in Asia and Africa that were not aligned with either the United States or the Soviet Union. The countries who joined American group were considered as first world countries. The countries who joined the Soviet Union, those countries are considered as second world countries. The countries who did not join any bloc were considered as third world countries. But at present, third world denotes the backward countries. See, these countries are trying to come out of the shortages of food, capital, health, education and many other issues. Meanwhile, the excess spending, open economy, globalization promoted by the developed world is taxing the poor nations with increasing pollution and inability to manage the increasing problems. The UNO and the developed countries need to act beyond these limitations. India, as a progressive nation, is striving to promote economic equality among all the countries of the world. Children, till now we have discussed about the global problems like the denial of human rights and the arms race and the economic inequality and what is the role of India to solve these problems. Children, write down these questions and read the textbook and write the answers to these questions and show it to your teachers. Mention the landmarks which provided more strength to human rights. What is the role of India in the protection of human rights? Disarmament is the present as well as future need of the humanity. Justify the statement. What are the measures taken up by India to eradicate economic inequality? Children, do this activity. Prepare a project on different commissions formed to protect human rights in India. You collect the information from different sources and do this project. Thank you, children.